It's all good.
Yo, we're live. Have you changed your camera?
No, I'm still doing it. Go ahead, do your intro.
Oh, okay, cool. What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's BeatStars Academy show. Hopefully everyone's really well. Cool. Another cool show this week. This week we're going to be talking about beat tags and how important it is to be using them. And we're going to go through some trending ones on the BeatStars platform. We're going to explain to you how to do some research on them. And just basically go across those tags. Beat tags are all important beat tags. And just explain to you that it's not all just about picking specific genres, but also, tags too. So hopefully everyone's going to come away from today's show with a bit of knowledge on how to tag their beats better and give you some good examples of what would looks like a good tag. And we're going to kind of give you some gems of some platforms that you can use to kind of search and do some good research on how to tag your beats better. So we're going to need to do a little bit of housework first, some house cleaning, as Jamil likes to say.
Some housekeeping.
House cleaning. Same thing. Yeah. So just wanted to mention about the BeatStars Awards. I'm sure everyone is fully aware of that. The nominees for all categories have now been announced, and voting is open. So make sure you go to www.beatstars.awards.com. I don't know if you want to put that in the chat for us, Jamil, and go and vote for these nominees. I've already nominated. Have you nominated, Jamil?
Yeah, I've put in my nominations too. Everybody go nominate your favorite producer. Go nominate yourself. You got to advocate for yourself. These awards are going to be really fun.
Yep. And we're going to have some live show the 25th of December.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. The voting is open until the 25th of December. And then on the 10th of January, we're going to be having a live show where we're going to announce the winners from the votes. So make sure you go and vote. Also, I want to mention about the duet beats, which is a really, really cool new feature that we've got going on currently at the moment. And it's based around the TikTok platform. So basically what you can do is you can submit your hottest beats for a chance to be featured on our official Duet Beats account, which is super cool. You must make sure that the beat that you submit is available for free download, because we're going to need to download it. And then you actually probably know a bit more about that than me, actually, Jamil. Do you want to explain about that a little bit more if you have some knowledge on that?
Yeah, Duet Beats is a new TikTok account from BeatStars. We want everybody to submit your best beats, and we choose the beats, and we'll put them on TikTok for people to use as duets. It's a really great way to go viral. We've been noticing a lot of the beats on BeatStars have been becoming really viral and popular sounds on TikTok. So we wanted to give another platform for all of you to sort of put your music out there and be put to use, making some of the best content on the internet today.
Definitely, and it's a good way to boost your engagement for sure. Get your beats heard. And TikTok is a super cool platform for that kind of stuff. So cool. Yeah, that's like the housekeeping, the house cleaning, the house, whatever you want to do, call it, bit out of the way. So yeah, for those of you that have just joined, I see a few new people have come in. Today we're going to be talking about beat tags. So how to tag your beats on BeatStars, the importance of doing it, and we're going to give you some tips, some like search things that you can do, and make you realize it's not just about picking specific genres, but it's about picking the correct tags as well to boost your engagement and potentially potentially get your fan base and get people to find your content for you. So firstly, what is a beat tag? Well, it's kind of like similar to what you do on YouTube, where you're tagging your keywords. It's like a keyword basically. So it's a way for people to be able to find your content. So I'll give you a typical example. So if you Say you create a beat and it sounds similar to, say, I'm going to say Drake. Everyone always mentions Drake, right? Say Drake. So you've created a beat and it sounds like a Drake type beat. So what you would do is you would tag the beat in the metadata on the track editing page with the word Drake, and then when people search for Drake on the BeatStars platform, they will be able to find your beat potentially. Now Drake is probably not a good example, because potentially it's going to be a lot of people using that keyword because he's a popular artist and he's going to be popping up all over the place. So that was just an example to explain to you what a beat tag looks like. So let me get up the actual search function on the BeatStars, and I will share my screen. I don't know if you had anything to add with regards to that brief introduction to what a tag is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, tags essentially, everyone, are just like little like search keywords to be able to find your beats. So what we're going to be talking about today is like strategies, and kind of reiterating how important it is to tag your beats properly and in a unique way, and in topics that are trending to be able to be discovered. So what Levi was talking about earlier with tagging something as Drake, for example, he says that's maybe not the best example because there will be a lot of results, but there are ways to still tag your beat as a Drake type beat, but just making it a little bit more specific and targeted to be able to be discovered and to be found, so people can hear your music and purchase your music. And that's kind of what we're going to be going into today.
Yeah, and just to touch on that as well, like one of the questions we get quite often is, basically genres. Like, are we going to be adding more genres to the platform? And potentially we will do in the future, but the tagging is probably more important than picking a specific genre, because most people, when they're coming to the BeatStars platform and they're using the search function to search for a specific type of track, it's either it could be by genre, of course, but it's going to be the type of artist, the mood. So there's so many different things that you can use to tag you. I mean, you could even put the genre in the tags. It's not something that we would advise to do, because we've seen it before. You've probably watched our shows, the BeatStars Academy show, and we've been reviewing pro pages, and we'll see some people's tracks on their pro page, and they would have a tag and it just says trap, or they have trap beats or trap type beat. That's not really going to help you anyway to kind of target your audience, because there's probably going to be a lot of people using the word trap. So it's not really a good idea to be using that. So we're going to show you some kind of ways of how you can utilize the BeatStars platform, other platforms as well, where you can do some research. And because basically when you're doing these tagging things, it's all about research, really. You have to do your kind of due diligence beforehand. It's not just a case of, hey, like this beat sounds like so-and-so, I'm just going to use that tag, because that might not work for you. You need to find out, firstly, potentially what's popping right now. And you can do that by, just searching charts. You can do that by searching the Billboard charts. You can do that by searching the Spotify charts. You can do that by, there's so many different platforms that you can use to find out what's popping at the present time. But also as well, finding maybe artists that are on the up, so I don't know if you know any particular artists at the moment that you're listening to Jamil, that are kind of on the up, that maybe some people might not be aware of. That you could maybe mention something that you're currently listening to. Is there anything that you have that you're listening to at the moment that's on the up and coming?
So I haven't really been checking exactly how some of my favorite artists have been doing in the beat in the beat selling game. But one thing I will mention, a real life example that we can give of something that didn't seem sort of likely, or something that didn't really make sense at the time, but it's kind of proved itself to be like a really interesting avenue, has been like the success of Cloud9 in the chat, who's in the chat right now.
Yeah.
We were talking a long time ago. I believe it was either me or Aaron or or somebody, we're sort of talking about how pop beats were going to be on the rise and how pop beats were going to be really interesting, and some of the really amazing, interesting artists that were coming out and blowing up at the time. And one specifically that we mentioned was Dua Lipa, who was coming out with this album, and she had these two, really good singles that kind of had like a retro-y kind of vibe to them, a little weekendy kind of vibe to them. And you wouldn't really, think like off top, like, okay, like are Dua Lipa beats gonna be like interesting? Are people gonna be into those? But I mean, Cloud9 kind of proved that they are with his success and making beats of that nature.
Yeah,
I've sort of been preaching it lately.
and the thing is, as well, is the other thing you need to think about as well is, okay, there might not be a lot of people on the platform utilizing that tag, but that's the best time to get in, because if Dua Lipa's on the up, and then but you're creating those type of beats, and you're like kind of utilizing that tag, and you've got ownership of that tag pretty much, like you type that in on BeatStars, and everything that you type in related to that tag shows your beats, then that's a good way to start off. It's kind of like how a lot of people utilize YouTube as well. They will find an artist that's on the up, and then they will start tagging their beats with that particular artist that might not be necessarily popping right now, but maybe in the next couple of months. So it's kind of, you've given yourself a head start. Like a typical example, someone made me aware that Miley Cyrus has dropped a new album, and it's supposedly pretty dope, right? And let's just use that as an example, right? Let's just type in, I'm not sure if anyone is even using that tag. I think that's how you spell it. Let's have a look. Yeah, so some people have already tagged Dua Lipa, Miley Cyrus. But there's not a lot of Miley Cyrus going on. There's a fair bit.
There's a little bit. We have a Miley Cyrus opportunity up right now.
Oh, there you go.
Like, another quick thing that we could plug right now is
touch on, yeah.
Is check the playlist opportunities, because we're talking about research and who's interesting and who's coming up. I mean, Tia is on top of that stuff. Our playlist manager, she's always opening up new opportunities for artists that are on the rise. So you can kind of use that as another barometer. But something that I think would be a good starting point right now for us, Lee, would be to just visit the homepage and look and show everybody the trending like tab right now, like the little trending area over there.
Talking about this here.
No, on the homepage. On the homepage.
Okay, cool. Oh yes. Oh, sorry.
So a lot of people kind of miss out or skip out on this homepage, because sometimes when you log on to BeatStars, it'll go straight to your dashboard.
Yep.
So some people skip the homepage at times, but there's a nice little trending section right here to show you what's going on right now.
Exactly. Yeah, and you can see this is what's reggaeton. It's kind of big on the BeatStars platform. This is a good way to give you some gauge of what is trending, like Jamil said. And then you also have the trending tracks as well. Some of these are adverts, but you can also check out what other people are doing as well. It's not just a case of what you are doing, but what are other people doing? What like let's check on this one. This is a trending track, right? So hold on a second. I don't even know why it wouldn't let me click on it. That is really strange. That's weird. It must be some kind of error.
Skip out on that for right now.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There we go.
So this was a trending one, right? This is Drake. So you see what I mean? This Drake type beat. This is all Drake currently. But this person may be consistently using Drake. And this is something else I actually wanted to touch on. And it's what this user is actually doing. Is they've actually put Drake type beat in the title. They're using Drake everywhere in the hashtag. But they've also got Drake in the description. So this is naturally going to help you potentially show up even more, because you're mentioning the word Drake everywhere. So it's kind of, you're gonna pop up on the search because you're using that one particular artist, and you're pasting it everywhere. It's in the title, it's in the description, and it's also within the meta tag stuff. So that's also something else. It's not always just about tags, even though that's what we're talking about today. But this is a good example of how that could help you, and it's actually landed in the trending tracks, which is kind of cool. It's obviously worked for them. Yeah, and kind of touching on what Jamil said about the playlisting, definitely keep an eye out on the playlists, because like Jamil said, Tia is definitely on top of her game, and she is checking what's popping and all this stuff. So she's creating playlists based around that. So check out the playlist, because that is a good gauge of what is popping right now. So there's so many tools that people probably miss out on. I even do it myself. I use the BeatStars platform, and sometimes I create a beat. We concentrate so much as a producer on the creative side of it sometimes, and we forget about how important it is to, you know, do the marketing bit, you know. And sometimes, you know, us producers find it a little bit boring. Sometimes I do, but it's so important that you do this, and it's something I definitely need to do a little bit more. And utilizing the BeatStars platform, it's all here. You know, we show you the trending, we give you some recommended playlists, trending tracks, to give you an idea of what's popping right now.
Look at the other trending section too. Point that out in case anybody wants
this section here.
Yeah. So Jack Harlow has been one that's been kind of been up there a lot recently. And if you think about, you know, Jack Harlow, even if you don't listen to him, if you just listen to his music and listen to what type of music it is, you'll find that it's pretty much just like trap, right? It's pretty much sounds kind of like everything. It kind of, I mean, he himself is unique, but the type of beat is not so different from a lot of other artists that a lot of people are making beats for anyways. So I know like a type beat that is really popular that I see all the time on the platform is DaBaby.
Yeah.
So like think about what a DaBaby beat really sounds like, because it could sound like so many other artists, so many other unique artists that you could be tagging instead of DaBaby, who has like 50,000 beats uploaded in his name every day. So instead of just kind of like going to the one that sounds like the most popular, like he's not even on this trending list right now.
No.
So just kind of like think about other ways to branch out your tagging in the type beat game.
Yeah, and actually a good tip for that, it's something that someone else told me about actually, is what you can do is you can go on to, actually I do it myself sometimes. You go onto Google, you type in similar artists to DaBaby, right? And then it will bring up all of the artists that's similar. And then you could pick one that's maybe not as popular on the BeatStars platform. So again, it goes down to doing your research. Also, it might be worth checking when they last released the track, if they've got any upcoming albums. There's platforms you can use. I think Genius allows you to do that. I think, Jamil, right? I think Genius allows you to see some upcoming albums and stuff like that. So
we can show that. Genius, Billboard, a couple of other, Metacritic, they all have like album release day charts. Obviously, sometimes there are surprise albums that nobody's expecting.
Yes,
but there are like album like schedules that you can check out.
You can check out. There's definitely like platforms online, web pages where you can check out. And like Jamil said, check out all these platforms, Billboard, but chart platforms all over the world, not just in the States or just in the UK or just in India or anywhere like that. Check out the whole world, you know, and just do your research. Did you have any of those pages up, or shall I?
Just do, maybe we can show them, just do a quick Google search. Maybe go to Google and then just do like album release dates, and we can see like all the different results and resources that are available. Because if you have the beats ready before the demand gets in, you'll be ahead of the game. Everybody else will be trying to catch up to you. Meanwhile, you already have the catalog.
Metacritic is one of the platforms.
Metacritic has it.
Yeah. So here you go. Look, this is telling you all the albums that are coming out on the 11th of December.
It looks like Kid Cudi is coming up.
Yep. Kid Cudi, yeah. Kid Cudi. So some of this might look
like, you know, what is a Kid Cudi type beat, right? It's like lo-fi. It's hip hop. It's a little bit, it might be a little bit offbeat, but you can make new beats for that, or you can repurpose some of your old beats and just re-tag them if they sound similar.
Yep. Definitely, for sure. Slow Tie coming out in February. So this is going right up to next year.
Right.
I think what else is right up to April. I'm not sure if we can access this on Billboard. I'm not sure. All these cookies now when you go onto these websites.
Yeah. It looks like there's a Shawn Mendes one coming up soon, right? So if you think about, the pop game, like what's going on with that right now, like you might, even if you don't listen to pop, you might not think about, like pop music as like a beat or making beats for it. But I mean, that doesn't mean there's no demand for it. That doesn't mean there aren't people looking for those types of beats.
Yeah. And also another cool thing as well is, look at the albums and look who the featured artists are as well, because sometimes they start to become popping after they've had a feature on an album or something, So that's another cool thing. There's so many different things that you can do. Kid Laroi. This is just the current charts on Ariana Grande. She always does pretty well. Megan Thee Stallion. So yeah, just checking out all of these different platforms and figure out some comms. Just trying to think of some other platforms that you can use. But even Spotify, I think there's a section on Spotify that allows you type in a specific artist, it will allow you to see similar artists as well. And those that are doing, some good numbers, stream wise and stuff like that. So there's so many tools online that you can use to figure out this stuff and to, figure out who to target. And I know sometimes it's difficult because I come across this myself where you're creating, tracks and you're not 100% sure where they fit into. And, that can be tough at times. But there's always ways around that. You can use moods, you could use season stuff. There's so many different things that you can do when it comes to the tags, and it's just a case of doing a lot of research. That's basically what it is. And like I said earlier, sometimes as producers we concentrate so much on the creative side of stuff that we miss out this marketing, and we don't realize how important that is to be able to boost your sales or boost your engagement and start to find yourself popping up in these different places. Yeah. Let's go back to the BeatStars platform a minute, because I wanted to do something else and show another way that you can utilize our search to also find out some of the tags. So definitely, look at what everyone else is doing on the platform. Check out some of the, the top chart stuff, see what artists are doing really well there. But there's also something else that I was, that we now have over here on this side of the platform. So searching by genre and stuff like that as well. So you can actually narrow it down and filter it down to certain things and then see what tags are popping. So let's do an example, because we was talking about pop. Let's go with pop. Let's go with beat, because this is just going to be, actually, let's do beat with chorus. If it allows me to. Oh, okay. Beat with chorus. Let's pick a mood. Let's say, okay, pop is quite happy. It's a happy type beat. It's in the key of, I don't know.
And Lee, after you put happy, did you see how much it narrowed it down? So,
yeah.
So what does that tell us? That tells us that not a lot of people are utilizing the moods.
Exactly. That's a very good point, and I'm glad you pointed that out. So now you can see that they're not utilizing the moods. So definitely be doing that too.
Because really, I mean, like when you think about tags, you have 3 tags, right?
Yep.
And you have your description where you could obviously enter more information to be able to have like keyword matching. But there's all these different sections here on this like, menu that we're showing you where they have moods, where there's genres, there's subgenres, submoods. You can be using all of these things that you would normally put in a tag and just put these in this section.
Exactly.
To be able to save room for your 3 tags for other things that people are searching for.
Yeah, and it's kind of like what I was going back to saying. If you have a beat that you may find it difficult to understand what type of artist would jump on it, then you can use these moves like Jamil said, where people are not utilizing them, because when you look on the search, most of the time you will see it is all basically targeted to audience, targeted to artists, sorry. This person here is using dancehall, which is kind of cool. So yeah, like definitely we're talking about Drake. He's popping up everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of Drake.
Yeah,
a lot of Drake.
Yeah, there is a lot of Drake. Big Sean, there's something I don't see often. Let's actually search that tag. Okay. And you can also see that, look, Dilly Got It Bumping is utilizing this tag really well, because look, 4 out of 5 or 6 or 7 tracks are in the top 10. You know? Yeah. So he's gonna pop up, like he's popping up everywhere. So he's really utilizing his tag. He's realized, oh, okay, like this is working for me. So once you find something that's working for you, try to stick to it, because then the more you're using it, the more you're going to pop up. People are going to see you more. It's like, oh, this person keeps popping up with Big Sean. And what's clever about this is, and the kind of like, what's the word? The kind of cool thing about being able to utilize 3 tags and not just the one. He's utilizing Big Sean, but he's also got different artists as well as like a secondary tag.
Yeah, you don't even see Big Sean in his tags, really. Actually, no, that first one is Big Sean. The Mike, I don't know why I can't really read the computer from this screen share.
Yeah, they're all there's about 4, 6 of them. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, but you can kind of see how he has the popular Big Sean beats, and it's kind of like, you know, he's dominating the charts in that section.
Definitely, yeah.
So you know, there's so many artists out there that you can try to replicate this for yourself.
Yep.
So it's good to see what other people are doing, but maybe not necessarily copying their exact methods with the tags that they use, just because they probably already have a head start on you. So I think it's just a really good idea to make a lane for yourself for any particular tag or any particular artist. If somebody's looking for Big Sean, they're going to listen to a lot of Dilly Got It Bumpin'.
Exactly. But this is what I was trying to kind of point out is if you, once you start to utilize that, you then start to pop up, you know, you're the kind of the first person that comes up in the search. Let's just try, what's one of the tracks that you've seen that Cloud9 does that he's always popping up on? I know he uses pop. So let's just try typing pop, see what comes up. We know Mantra's quite big on pop, right? So as well, so he pops up quite well. GC is another one too.
GC and Mantra.
But I mean, that is a little bit too generic, in all fairness,
right.
Saying pop. But let's think of a pop artist. So
Ariana Grande or something.
I'm just about to say that. Let's spell it right.
And Cloud9 has a lot of beats with hooks, which are a lot less common than just beats.
Yes, that's true.
He pops up a lot for that.
So for some reason, there's not a lot. I'm wondering if I've got too many filters on. Let me just go back and come back to the search again, because I think I might have too many filters on. Either that or it's a problem. Yeah. Right, yeah, so there we go. I had some filters on, so that's why it was not showing up.
Yeah, I can't tell. Do you have 2 N's or 1 N in the end there?
2 N's.
It's 1 N.
People are using 2 N's.
Oh, they are? I mean, people are spelling it wrong too. So that's another thing. Maybe you might want to spell things wrong intentionally to go to the market. To go to the market. But yeah, it is 1.
Yeah, I don't know why. I always thought it was 2, but everyone's spelling it with 2.
Probably if you put 1, there's going to be even more results.
It's actually got quite a few results now. Look.
There's a lot of people are spelling it wrong, which is a strategy.
Even Mantra's doing it, and the thing is, yeah, it does look. Ariana Grande, Mantra's even using that.
No, don't do that. I was joking. Don't misspell it.
Yeah, so people are using it both ways. Yeah, look. Mantra's there as well. Again. Trying to think of another artist. But no, in all fairness, to be fair, some people when they purposefully spell things wrong for marketing reasons. Like they do it on YouTube. Like someone actually told me to try it out, and it does actually work. It starts to get you, because what you have to remember is what people are typing into the search. You know, so people might be adding two N's. I've spelled it wrong there, thinking it was two N's. But yeah, that's
I mean, because it's technically a different tag. So, I mean, that might be smart to put in your tags, spell it right and spell it wrong. You'll pop up for both.
Exactly. I mean, you don't know, you know. Let's just try. I'm going to be festive since we're close to Christmas.
You know, if we have some extra time, I was thinking if anybody wanted us to check out their beats and do their tags to see if they're tagging things.
That's a good idea. Yeah. So
maybe
maybe the last
names in the chat.
Yeah, maybe the last 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
We will check out people's tags, listen to them, and then we will let you know if we feel they match with what you've actually. So there's a lot of Christmas stuff going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, it's the season. It's Christmas time.
Exactly. Christmas. Let's check my Christmas love. This was posted back in 2019.
See, but since there's not that much Christmas stuff, it'll pop up again in 2020. So don't just think of these things as possible one-time uses. As far as I can tell, Christmas will be every year. So it's going to be useful again. We're looking at it here in 2020.
Jingle Bells, the baby type beat. I can't imagine the baby singing Jingle Bells. Can you? Bad Santa. But no, it's cool. I mean, there's so many different ways to tag your beats. Let's just try something else. Let's just try a mood. Give me a mood, Jamil, and I'll
a mood. Put sad.
Sad. Okay.
Current mood.
Sad. Okay. So you can see some people are tagging their beats with the word sad. I won't say that out loud, but someone said something. Sad. Yeah, so these are all sad. So man, we still haven't done that GoFundMe for my
for your mouse. I forgot about that.
But you could, let's just give me an idea. Just give me a specific type of instrument. Let's see if anyone's doing this. It's just random. Trumpet.
Trumpet type beats. I like it.
See if anyone's.
Times.
Have they got trumpet in there?
No, this is the ad.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Let's go ocean. Okay. Trumpet. There you go. So trumpets come up in the.
So you see that what Ellie's showing you right now is that it's not only the tags but also the descriptions can help as well too.
So is this? Yep. So that's cool. Trumpet. What else can we think of instrument wise? Guitar's going to be quite popular. Beats. Sorry, flute. Yeah, flute's another one. You can also as well, like we're trying to give you some ideas. It doesn't necessarily have to be an artist, because some people do say that to me sometimes, like, wow, who'd you hear on this track? And I struggle myself. Sometimes I really do. I'm like, because, you know, as producers, sometimes we create these really unique stuff, and it's really hard to, you know, maybe, you know, envision an artist on that particular track. Or it may be an artist that is maybe not popping right now, you know, and you might not want to use them as that tag. So, you know, use instruments, use something else. Actually, I said before we jumped on this live was, and I don't think anyone is utilizing this, but maybe you could even utilize, if it's not a particular artist, but say, well, let's give this example, right? So Drake, everyone's using Drake. Maybe you could pick one of his popular songs and then use the song as a tag. I mean, I've not really tried that before, but it's an idea. But
type in Hotline Bling and see what happens.
yeah, let's see what happens. See if anyone. Yeah, so look, people are actually tagging it. Cell phone, Hotline Bling. So yeah, even actually that it's something I never really thought of before, but you could maybe do that. I'm trying to think of what other songs have.
Some people could be looking for just like the vibes of a specific song.
Exactly, and that's kind of where I'm trying to get at. I'm glad you
Yeah.
mentioned that, because yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. It could be a specific vibe, just like Jamil said. So I'm trying to think what other songs that are kind of popping right now. Maybe even a song that's popping on TikTok.
What's popping is popping right now.
Popping?
Yeah, What's Poppin', the Jack Harlow song. I mean, I think I would assume that when people are typing in Jack Harlow, they want a beat that sounds like What's Poppin'.
Yes, basically, yeah.
So that's kind of another way to look at it. Like when a certain artist is trending because a particular song may be popular, they're probably just looking for something that sounds similar to that song.
Exactly. So people are going to be utilizing this search in, you know, all sorts of different ways.
Yeah, there's no like, I think what we're trying to kind of get at is that like there's no one particular way everybody is going to.
Exactly.
There's a million ways to search, and there's a million chances to find for somebody who wants to buy your beat to find your beat.
Exactly. Joyner Lucas. Someone's put Joyner Lucas in the chat. Let's try Joyner Lucas. Okay. Says there's not a ton in there, but so that might be something to do, you know. Tag your stuff with Joyner Lucas. There's a 60. That's probably wrong. There's probably more than that on the platform, but
okay, maybe it's time you want to check out some people's beats and
yes.
check out people's tags. All right, who do we got here right now? Let us know your username. Just put it in whatever chat you're on. If you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, we'll see your comments. Was there another thing that we wanted to show while we're still getting submissions right
now? No, that was kind of basically it. I was just reading through the chat to looking at some of these tags that Cloud9's been mentioned, and I wanted to check some out because he mentions that a lot of artists are looking for 2000 era. So like artists from
2000 music, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So he mentioned Nelly, and I've not seen any Nelly stuff on the platform, but maybe there is. Okay, yeah. So people are using Nelly. 2000. People are even using the year.
Yeah, no, I've searched for 2000
tracks. It's cool. So let's see what we've got. So we've got Polo G, Little Baby, Toronto, Little Baby. Let's click on Die Machine. I actually like coming across new users. But people, you can tell this person's particularly new. Okay, so there's no description of the track, so we would advise you definitely to have some kind of description. Like we said, that kind of helps towards the search results as well. See what other tags we got. So we've got Drake, Little Baby, Toronto. Let's have a quick listen to it, see if it sounds like a Drake type beat. Little Baby.
BeatStars.com.
What's your thoughts on those tags for that one?
I think they're pretty good. Honestly, I haven't listened to Lil Baby that much, so I'm not sure how accurate that one is.
I think I can hear both of them on that, to be fair. Drake, I can kind of hear Drake as well. It's near enough crossing over into like kind of, it's not full on drill, but I can see they've got some like drill inspiration from the drums, the way the drums are kind of, the drum patterns and the drum sequence kind of sound, because that's what I thought it was going to go into when I heard it. It was like, oh, this is going to be drill. And yeah, I mean, I think your tags are really done really well here. But I think you could be a little bit more experimentative with that. Maybe try some different ones out, especially with Drake. Like we said, you know, Drake's going to be a popular tag, so it's going to be hard for you to kind of rank on that and get some good engagement, organically at least, anyway. So, and I just want to have a look at the other track as well and see if there was similar tags. So this one's Polo G on that one, Future. So you've got a few different tags on this one. Looks like they're fairly new, of course, but yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more to say about that, apart from doing a bit more research on the tags and also utilizing the description. We'll find a track that's got a description on it, and you can see. In fact, I can probably just show people where to add it quickly. Just show people where it will show up. So this is where you would enter the description. So this is where you could enter anything you want, like Drake times Future beat 2020, you know, something like that. I spelled type wrong, but that's basically where you add the description. So definitely utilize that for sure. Also, something we didn't touch on, actually, people search by BPM too. So that's something you could potentially add in the tags as well. I've not really seen anyone do that either. Do we have anyone else? I'll let you pick the next one since I picked that one.
We can check out Killer Tame.
Let's have a look, make sure I get that. Killer. Oh, Killer Tame. Yep, okay. Should just click that first. Okay. Griselda.
Okay.
The Ranger type beat.
There's did the Griselda opportunity, I think it just closed. Hope you submitted to that one.
Yeah. Let's check out one of these then, okay.
Cool.
So what's cool about this, to start off with, is you're utilizing the artist name in the track title, which is cool. That's something definitely to try to see if it works. They're obviously, it obviously seems to be working for them. They're getting some good play, so it definitely does work. So good job on that. And it's all matching like we showed you with the Drake one. So let's see if it's in the description as well. Simple dark beat made, homemade, drum break, loop, synth, and some scratching over the top. Okay, sounds interesting. See what other DJ Shadow. Cool. Let's give it a little play. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I don't really listen to Griselda. I don't know if you've really listened to Griselda much before, so I'm probably not best to comment on that. But it seems you kind of know some Griselda stuff because you've tagged them quite a lot, or tagged them a couple of times on your track. Have you been listening to Griselda at all, Jamil?
I haven't actually, but I know that his tracks have been super popular. And from what I gather, it's like the beats are a little bit darker.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That's the only thing I know about it, and that's definitely got a
Mm.
dark vibe to it, which is cool.
Mhm.
But yeah, someone mentioned great drums. Yeah, great drums in that track. But yeah, Griselda's probably a good one because it's not something that we see quite often.
Right.
Or I see quite
It's not
often.
one of the major ones. It's more
It's
on the
it's
rise.
not like a Drake, so it's definitely a
Yeah.
good one to tag if that's the type of beats you make. Yeah, good job on that one. See if we've got one more to fit in before we go. Let's have a look. Fat Wave. Okay, let's go with Fat Wave. Guessing it's that one. Okay, got a few more tracks. Just an automatic habit. I always do that. J. Cole, R&B, trap, old school hip hop. So yeah, this is kind of what we was talking about earlier. You know, tagging using the generic, you know, kind of genre tags. They can work well. I see that you've got the name of the artist in there, Timbaland, Rick Ross. So you've got Rick Ross in there. Let's take a listen to this. Another interesting beat.
Yeah, this one is interesting.
I kind of see where he's getting the Timbaland from. I'm not particularly hearing Rick Ross, if I'm being honest, but I can kind of hear the Timbaland where they've got that idea from.
Yeah, who would you put in place of the Rick Ross tag? Because I don't think the Rick
Yeah,
Ross.
I don't know. It's kind of another dark kind of beat again. I don't know. It's a tough one. I'm just trying to think. I'm automatically kind of hearing Drake on this a little bit, but then Drake can be on pretty much anything, to be fair.
Yeah.
But this is kind of near enough like alternative. And there's some really odd sounds in there that you don't hear very often. Just trying to think. There's no one really popping off at me like who I can think in particular. Yeah, maybe someone mentioned Kendrick Lamar. Maybe Kendrick. I don't hear J. Cole on it. I definitely don't hear Rick Ross on it, in my opinion. But then, who's me to say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can understand where the Timbaland kind of idea is coming from. Let's play one more. We have some time. The B.O.B. Oh, that was the competition, wasn't it? After Hours remix. Okay, Boom Bap, East Coast. Just pick on a random one. Soul, East Coast. Okay, so just some generic.
BeatStars.com.
This is a Mike Trampy type beat.
BeatStars.com.
Yeah, it is like boom bap, but definitely got the tags right on this one. Definitely the tags are definitely very fitting on this one. Boom bap, East Coast, soul. It's kind of soulful as well. So great job on that one. That was good. Yeah, so that was some interesting beats there.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely you know, be utilizing those tags, definitely be utilizing the description, and definitely, you know, be doing your research when it comes to these. As I said, you know, sometimes as producers we get too stuck in the creative process and we forget about the marketing side of things, and just, you know, tagging your stuff so people can find you. Basically, that's kind of the basis of this whole show today, is to try and, you know, really really explain to you how important, you know, using tags and doing this marketing is super important. And this can translate across to all platforms. It's not just, you know, the BeatStars platform. If you're posting your stuff on YouTube or social media, stuff like that, it works in all ways. So but yeah, that's about it for today's show. I want to thank everyone that's joined in. Hopefully you've took away some tips. I've come up with some like brainstorming ideas that I might even go away and do myself. Let me just stop sharing my screen a minute so people can see us fully. Yeah, so hopefully me and Jamil have given you some good ideas and some good tips that you can use moving forwards. And hopefully you go away, do some research, and then come back at us and say, yo, that really seriously worked. It really helped me. I've made a ton of sales. And yeah, hopefully it's worked for you. I don't have much more to say. Thanks for those people that submitted for us to check out their tags on their beats and stuff. Well done. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know if you have anything else to say to end off with today.
No, that's about it. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes. Next week it'll be back to pro page submissions next week. So submit your pro pages for us to review, and we'll be checking those out next week. Peace out, everyone.
Late.